Everybody, welcome to the video. Today we got my wife's 2018 Honda Accord EX 1.5 liter turbo, and it is throwing error code P0301. So we got some misfires, and cylinder 1's pretty bad and cylinder 4 as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and throw in some new coil packs, TRQ, and sorry NGK guys, but we're gonna go with Autolites Iridium since we're gonna be trading this car in mid next year. We've got our torque wrench to set it at 16 foot-pounds, 14 millimeter deep for the actual spark plugs, and a 10 millimeter. Yes, I had to look for it for the battery disconnect, and then also for the coil packs. All right, so I'm going to hand it over to my helper to help me film, and I'll see you guys in a second. All right, so let's start with the battery disconnect. I've already loosened it, I think, and we'll go ahead and take that off. I was checking to make sure it wasn't a battery issue initially, because these cars can be so finicky when it comes to the battery. So we'll go ahead and take our coil packs off. 10 millimeter. Let's go ahead and, before we get that completed, let's go ahead and take these off. You know what? I might need to get in here. All right, we're gonna go ahead and remove the coil packs. Oh. Make sure not to break the catch. And sometimes the mechanism will actually work for you. And we'll finish taking off the nuts. All right, let's remove the old coil packs. All right. 14 millimeter. All right, so I don't have a 14 millimeter spark plug socket, so we're going to try a little trick here. I'm going to put some painter's tape in here, push it down, and we're going to see if I can pull out this spark plug without having to go buy myself a 14 millimeter socket for spark plugs. Look at that. There you go. Now that kind of got pushed down a little bit, so let's add a little bit more tape. We can always push this out easily when we're after we take the socket off the extension. Throw that in there. Let's go for the next one. Oh, helps if we loosen that one, doesn't it? I actually had to go to my 1/2 inch. My 3/8 broke for some reason. I'm pretty hard on socket wrenches around here, unfortunately.
Twisty, twisty.
All right, can we do 2 with the tape? That's the question. I'll probably edit this out, but for now, we'll keep it in. And a little more tape. Jeez.
Twisty, twisty.
I'm not quite sure that was 16 foot-pounds, but now she's got 107,000 miles on this car, and I don't believe that I have replaced the spark plugs on it.
Make sure to twisty, twisty, or else it won't work.
There's the third one. Lost a little bit of tape that came out on that one. Try it again. I am sure I'm not the first person to have this idea, so I'm about to take credit for it. I just know around here, with all the places that my tools get stored, I can never find exactly what I need to between the garage, the shed, and the barn.
Twisty, twisty, once again.
All right. And the fourth and final. Hey, beats working on a V8. Like the Tahoe. We'd only be halfway there. And we're going to go ahead and throw, just because I like to, I haven't always done it, but we're going to throw some dielectric grease on the ends of these spark plugs. This fine wire. Whew. That must be cylinder 1. So let's take a look. Oh. Yeah, definitely difference. Anyway, the whole reason I'm making this video is I came out here to change it, and it was going to be like a 10-minute job. But I realized it's a Honda, right? And they love to charge you for everything. I just figured I'd show a video. That's the one downside of the tape. I'm sure it's going to take most of my dielectric grease off, but that's okay. And 2 more. You don't really want globs of it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Some of it's taken off. Trying to use both hands here. Take the last one out of the box with my left hand. Finger tight this with my... Oh, wait up. Looks like we might beat the rain. Maybe. I think I grabbed the oldest socket at least one of the oldest sockets that I have. All right, now I'm not sponsored by TRQ, God forbid, of course not, or Autolite or anything like that, but my daughter says that I have to mention that because I showed the boxes, so let's go ahead and set our torque wrench, 16 pounds. Well, let me go ahead and put that on there. So it'll be right between, right about there. All right. You know what? I'm going to go just a little lighter. Better safe than sorry. That feels more than tight enough. I'm just going to check them really quick. Because I did loosen it up a little bit when I was first working. All right. Coil packs. One. Again, like I said, this is a stupid easy job. that you would need to pay for a lot at the dealer. I think we got the coil packs for about 110 and change. Car ID. I like them. When I do suspension work, which is my favorite thing to do, I always purchase from Car ID. But little stuff, not so much. Spark plugs are from Advanced Auto Parts. All right, now we just need our 10 millimeters. Let's make sure all these are caught. Yep, all these are caught. I'm going to start real nice and loose. Okay. Well, the Autolite box went to nowhere.
Oh, I see it. It's way down there.
So we were getting, anyway, how we knew there was an issue, we were getting a exhaust system malfunction error on the dash. So now what we're going to do is just start the car and see if that error comes up. See you guys in a second.